Okay, real quick, I want you to understand the specifics of how to deliver a punch through the forearm. There's two main lines here. There is the radial line, which is through the point finger, and then there is the ulnar line, which is generally through the pinky. Okay? A lot of people move their wrist when they're trying to punch in Wing Chun. But what this does, if you're doing this, you're actually misaligning yourself, because then your energy is traveling up through and not, or up here as opposed to through. So if you look at it on the bag, if I were to hit like this, my energy comes through here and then pops up. And that's, if you're thinking of this part as like a sword, that would be the bent tip of the sword. You don't want that. You want a very, very straight sword so it can be concentrated through. So it's much more subtle than that action. The subtlety of the action is basically through the ulnar line to start. So think of pointing your point finger towards the object, and you notice how this is now down. My ulna is now down. Now when I punch, it's here, not here. I know that seems such a small bit, but when you're dealing with an art based on precision, which is Wing Chun, is all about precision, these little tiny things make a big deal. So point first through your radial line and then go through the ulnar line. So your three knuckles here should make contact on the surface. The point knuckle may not, if you see how it's shaped, right? So this makes contact. So just because we're hitting through here doesn't mean that this doesn't make contact. The whole flat of the fist makes contact, and you're taking your elbow, this ulna bone is this bone that comes from the elbow on out through the pinky line, and you're hitting through one point, not hitting through a fat, diffused spot. We are piercing through the effort, and this is what makes the Wing Chun punch, one of the reasons the Wing Chun punch goes through. You have to think of piercing. You have to think of piercing through the object. Don't think so much on a physical level. Don't think so much that you're actually punching them. Think that you are piercing through them with a sword. You're stabbing, skewering them. And if you can think in that terms, you're not going to resist. You're not going to tighten too much. You're just going to think through this one line. So this is thinking more on energetic terms as opposed to physical terms. We're trying to really, really believe that this is a sword skewering through the other person. Don't think of the surface that you're going through, just pierce through, just as if you're doing your Sunim Tao. And if you can really believe that, if you really believe that this part of your arm is a sword that pierces through, your muscles will coincide with that belief. It's the belief, and then your body does it. The mind controls everything. And I have literally had students that hadn't felt this before, but they just thought that part, they just thought about piercing through, and they have knocked me 20 feet back, and they're just so surprised that they've done it. Then they're all worried, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm happy." I'm so happy because you got to experience the internal type of punch that we deliver, and it is piercing. It's internal because it literally pierces internally. It's not an external punch. It's not an external fat object that tries to kind of push its way through. No, it pierces right on through. So hopefully this helps you. Hopefully you understand that it's about precision and it's about concentration of power, and not tensing everything. Just think on that one term of piercing right through. Thanks.
More free how-to videos at learnwingchun.com.